What is up, everybody? Took a couple days off with the holiday, but we are back and we're going to open up another Commander deck today. We're going to go over the contents, over the important cards inside, and see what we think of it. This one is Otrimi, the Ever-Playful. So we're going to be smart and open from the bottom this time. It's pretty cool. There's 5 decks this time, and this is the second one. You know how hard it is not to tear into the Enhanced Evolution, not to tear into all of them. It's hard to do more than one of these videos per day. It's just time consuming. With everything else I got going on, it's hard. So we're gonna put Otrimi up there. That's our commander. Otrimi is 3 a black, a green, and a blue. Mutate for 1 a black, a green, and a blue. It's a 6/6 trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, return target creature card with mutate from your graveyard to your hand. We have another little green spin down here. Not a spin down, a spin life counter, commander life counter. We've got our fold out. Cool stuff. Otrimi, the Ever-Playful. Looking upside down, huh? Otrimi. Very little is known about Otrimi, a mysterious, mischievous creature that lives among the giant overgrown roots of the Zagoth swamps. Some claim it's a younger member of the same species as the nightmare beast Brokos, and fear that it will one day grow large enough to challenge Brokos' position as the apex monster of Zagoth. Interesting. Number 2, Zaxara, the Exemplary. Zaxara? Lurking among the peat bogs of Indatha, Zaxara is a many-headed nightmare hydra that oozes toxins from every pore. Its vivid coloration serves as a warning to any creature that might want to take a bite out of it. Only the other hydras seem immune to its toxins, sometimes coating themselves in puddles of Zaxara's leftover poison to make themselves even more dangerous. Kind of badass. I like it. Last but not least, we've got Kazur, I don't know, Ruthless Stalker, and Ukima, Stalking Shadow. In addition to their magical bond, Kazur and Ukima share an unwavering belief in the survival of the fittest. They constantly challenge each other to grow stronger. By combining Kazur's understanding of combat tactics with Ukima's predatory cunning, they're able to take down enemies neither would be able to handle alone. Nice. Cool stuff. Alright. Let's put you back in the box. Let's dig into the deck itself. Box up out of the way. I do hang on to the boxes. I'm weird like that. I probably should throw them away. There's not much use for them. I always think I can find something to, if I need to ship something. It's just they're weird sizes. You just can't use them. Pull tab action there. All right, we've got our tip token. We'll go into trash there. And we will start at the top with Otrimi. We already read what she does. Cool looking card. Nice foil. And we've got Zaxara, the Exemplary. 1 a black, a green, and a blue. Legendary creature Nightmare Hydra. 2/3 Death Touch. Tap to add 2 mana of any one color. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, create a 0/0 green Hydra creature token, then put X +1/+1 counters on it. Nice. That's kind of a cool little play on the Hydra there. Kazur, Ruthless Stalker, green and 3. Legendary creature Human Warrior. Partner with Ukima, Striking Shadow. We went over what partner is. You can basically tutor it up, but it's a tutor specifically for Ukima. Whenever it's a 3/3, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Cool ability. And Ukima, Stalking Shadow. 1, a blue, and a black. Legendary creature, Whale Wolf. Really? It's a wolf? That's a whale tail? 2/2, partners with Kazur. Ukima Stalking Shadow can't be blocked. When Ukima leaves the battlefield, it deals X damage to target player, and you gain X life, where X is its power. Interesting. Got our tokens. I'm assuming they're two-sided, so we got Beasts and Hydras. We're back to our basic land, you know, the pretty standard land lot that you get with these. One thing I didn't realize, these are actually Ikoria lands. Usually the commander sets have their own specific land set in them, like the basic lands, but this one does not. Alright, now into the meat. Got our Souvenir Snatcher, 4/4 creature bird for a blue and 4. Mutate for 6, blue and 5. Flying, whenever this creature mutates, gain control of target non-artifact creature. Interesting. So it's basically snatching other creatures. How cool is that? Souvenir Snatcher. Alright, Tidal Barracuda. 3 and a blue. Creature, fish, 3/4. Any player may cast spells as though they had flash. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Interesting. So it's got the flash ability, but the opponents can't place. Why would it give both players flash if my opponents can't cast spells? Why wouldn't it just give me flash? If you have another way to play that, let me know, because that doesn't quite make sense to me. Anyways, let's go cast spells. So sorceries. No, can't cast spells. Alright, I'm over it. Boneyard Mycodrax for 2 and a black. It's a creature, fungus. It's a star. Boneyard Mycodrax's power and toughness are each equal to the number of other creature cards in your graveyard. Scavenge, 4 and a black. And what Scavenge does is exile this card from your graveyard, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to this card's power on target creature. Scavenge only as a sorcery, so it can feed other things. Deadly Rollick. It's an instant for 4, 3 and a black. If you control a commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost. Exile target creature. Boom. Dead. Done. Nice. Dredge the Mire. Sorcery. 3 and a black. Each opponent chooses a creature card in their graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. So you get to pick one, the opponent gets to pick one. So you get 2 creatures, you only get to pick one of them. Mind Leecher, 4 and 2 black. Mutate, 4 and a black. It's a 5/5 flyer. Whenever this creature mutates, exile the top card of each opponent's library face down. You may look and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Huh, cool. Way to cast some things that you don't own. Capricopian, X and a green. Creature Goat Hydra, 0/0. Capricopian enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. For 2, put a +1/+1 counter on Capricornian. Then Capricopian, Copian, not Conian, Capricopian. Then you may reselect which player Capricopian is attacking. Only the player Capricopian is attacking may activate this ability, and only during the declare attacker step. Okay, and it can't attack its own controller. That's kind of a weird card. All right, for 4 and a green, 4 and 2 green, we've got a Sawtusk Demolisher. Creature beast, 6/6. Mutate for 3 and a green. Trample. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target non-creature permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. Another little bit of removal there. It's like semi-removal, giving you a 3/3 beast for that. We've got a Manascape Refractor for 3. It's an artifact. Manascape Refractor enters the battlefield tapped. Manascape Refractor has all activated abilities of all lands on the battlefield. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to pay for those ability costs of the ability costs of Manascape Refractors. That's interesting. So, you know, you've got a lot of lands on the battlefield, not just yours, everybody's. So you can use the ability of somebody else's land with this thing. That's cool. We got a Mind Spring, draw X cards for 2 blue and an X. Pretty straightforward. Draw engine. We got a Deadly Tempest for 4 and 2 black. It's a sorcery. Destroy all creatures. Each player loses life equal to the number of creatures they controlled that were destroyed this way. Whew. That can be nasty, especially if you got a token deck or something like that. Profane Command. X black black. Sorcery. Choose 2. Target player loses X life. Return target creature card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, or up to X target creatures gain fear until end of turn. And fear is basically creatures can't be blocked except by black or artifact creatures, right? Black or artifact? Yeah, black or artifact. Animist's Awakening, X green. Sorcery, reveal the top X cards of your library, put all land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Good filter. The old Beast Whisperer, that's a recent card. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. 2/3 for 4. Genesis Hydra. That's a 0/0 plant Hydra for 2 green and X. When you cast this spell, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest into your library. Cool little card. Helps you filter a little bit. Another Hydra, Hungering Hydra. It's a 0/0, 2 green and or 1 green and X. Hungering Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Hungering Hydra can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Whenever Hungering Hydra is dealt damage, put that many +1/+1. Wow. Interesting. So instead of dealing damage, it gets +1/+1 counters when it's dealt damage. You have to destroy it. So put some invincibility on there and let that thing go to town. Masked Admirers. It's a 2 green and 2 colorless for a 3/2 elf shaman. When Masked Admirers enter the battlefield, draw a card. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may pay 2 green. If you do, return Masked Admirers from your graveyard to your hands. That's a cool card. Got a few of those. Predator Ooze. It's a 3 green. It's a 1/1 indestructible. Whenever Predator Ooze attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Predator Ooze this turn dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Predator Ooze. That's good for Blitz. Need some ramp for that bad boy, though. Got our Vastwood Hydra. 2 green and X. 0/0 creature Hydra, just like the other ones. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. When Vastwood Hydra dies, you may distribute a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on Vastwood Hydra among any number of creatures you control. Interesting. So it kind of feeds the other ones. You got a Vorapede for 3 green and 2. Oh, I gotta clear my throat here. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're good. We got a 5/4 insect with vigilance and trample. It's undying. When this creature dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Nice. Cold-Eyed Selkie. Hybrid, blue and green, twice. 1 colorless for a 1/1 Merfolk Rogue with Island Walk. I just assume that everybody knows what Island Walk is because I'm old. But Island Walk is basically if the other person controls island, this is unblockable. So whenever Cold-Eyed Selkie deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. So you got islands out, you're in trouble. I'm drawing some cards. Good old Fine Finality. We got the hybrid black-green. Turn up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, and then finality. For a green, a black, and 4, you may put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature you control. Then all creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. Kind of wipes things out there. Gaze of Granite. Green, 2 black, and X. Destroy each non-land permanent card with converted mana cost X or less. Wipe. Nissa, Steward of Elements. Great card. +2, scry 2. Sorry, blue, green, and X. She has X loyalty counters. So whatever you do, she could come in with a lot of loyalty counters on her. For 0, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card or a creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of loyalty counters on Nissa, you may put that creature onto the battlefield. For -6, untap 2 target lands you control. They become 5/5 elemental creatures with flying and haste until end of turn. They are still lands. Beautiful card. Villainous Wealth, that's out of the new set. Target opponent exiles X cards. Oh no, that's not out of the new set. That's out of Cons or Dragons maybe. Either way, X, a black and a green and a blue. Sorcery. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library. You may cast any number of spells with converted mana cost X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. Once again, you're in a commander game. Build up a mana base pretty quick. So we got Widwin, the Biting Gale. 2, blue and a black. Legendary creature, Fairy Wizard. 3/3, flash, flying. Blue and a black, pay 1 life. Return Widwin, the Biting Gale, to its owner's hand. So, recurring creatures. I like them. Now we're into the artifacts. We got our Life Crafter's Bestiary. For 3, we've got a artifact that at the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may pay green. If you do, draw a card. Draw engine. Got our Silent Arbiter. For 4, no more than 1 creature can attack each combat, and no more than 1 creature can block each combat. So with all those big hydras, that kind of solos it out. We got our little bit better lands with our Darkwater Catacombs, Endless Sands, Exotic Orchard, Landwash Waste, our own little pain land, Sunken Hollow, and we're back to our basics here. Back to basics. And then we've got our typical commons, uncommons, Archipelagor, Dreamtail Heron, Pouncing Shore Shark. These are all out of the newer sets. Kind of like how they do this. It kind of ties it all together. Boneyard Lurker, Trumpeting Gnar, Psychic Impetus, Parasitic Impetus, Predatory Impetus. These are all auras. This one gives +2/+2 and goaded. This one gives +2/+2 and goaded. And this one gives +3/+3 and must be blocked if able and is goaded. Interesting, cool stuff. Good old mold. Oh, Propaganda. That's a good card. That's a real good card. Shriek Maw, Beast Within, another great card. These are great uncommons. Kodama's Reach, nice common. Mason Sage, Putrefy, another good uncommon, and a Trigon Predator. Cool. This looks like a looks a little slow to me with all the X casts. It's almost we almost need a little more ramp in here. Cool idea for a deck. Feel like you need some Land of War elves. You need some, Elvish mystics, Elvish, all those things that untap lands and do some crazy stuff. So, it is a cool deck. I think I would play with it. I think it would be too slow for my liking with all these big casting costs. We've got three, lot of green in these double color in the casting cost when you're running 3 color can really suck if you get stuck with 2 or 3 of those in your hand. But yeah, not overly excited about this deck, but I would play it. I think it's pretty cool. It's got a little bit of graveyard mechanic, a little bit of draw, a little bit of this. You're kind of relying on your big guys over here. So Let me know what you think. I like it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say a 6, maybe a 5. Not overly impressed, but I think it's an interesting, cool deck idea. If you got any questions, comments, leave them down in the section below. I always get back to everybody that comments on my videos. And don't be afraid to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.